It was a humid summer afternoon, and the city square was buzzing with life. People bustled about, enjoying the sunny weather, oblivious to the impending storm that loomed on the horizon. Among them was Emily, a young woman with a knack for exploring the quirkiest corners of the city. Emily had always been drawn to the peculiar and offbeat, and today was no exception. She had heard rumors of a street performer who went by the name of Mad Monty. Monty was known for his eccentric act, a chaotic blend of magic, fire-breathing, and acrobatics that left audiences equal parts enthralled and unnerved. With a curious gleam in her eye, Emily approached the gathering crowd. Monty, a wiry man with a shock of wild hair and eyes that seemed to dance with madness, was in the midst of his performance. He twirled flaming torches with grace, and his contortions seemed to defy the laws of physics. As the crowd watched in awe, Monty's act took an unexpected turn. He held up a dagger, its blade glinting ominously in the sunlight. With a theatrical flourish, he plunged it into a wooden box, which emitted an eerie, high-pitched whine. Gasps rippled through the audience as Monty's body contorted in an unnerving dance. Emily couldn't tear her eyes away. She watched as Monty's movements grew more frantic, his face contorted in a rictus of pain. The dagger inside the box seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. And then, in an instant, the box exploded into a burst of crimson smoke. The square fell silent. Emily felt a chill run down her spine. She wasn't the only one. The crowd's initial fascination had turned into unease. But Monty, undeterred, emerged from the dissipating smoke, seemingly unharmed, and took a bow. Nervous applause followed. As Emily contemplated what she had just witnessed, a strange sensation washed over her, a feeling that something was amiss, that the performance was more than just an act. She couldn't shake the thought that Monty had tapped into forces beyond his control. Just as the unease in the crowd began to subside, another anomaly unfolded. Dark clouds gathered overhead, blotting out the sun. A sudden gust of wind whipped through the square, extinguishing Monty's torches and sending a shiver through the onlookers. A low rumble of thunder echoed ominously. Monty, still bathed in the eerie crimson smoke, looked up at the sky with an unsettling grin. Emily's heart pounded as she watched him. The crowd's unease had transformed into genuine fear. Then it happened. Lightning crackled across the darkened sky, striking the dagger that had been plunged into the wooden box moments earlier. The box burst into flames, and Monty's laughter echoed through the square, manic and unhinged. Panic erupted among the crowd. People fled in all directions, desperate to escape the unfolding chaos. Emily, too, turned to run, but a sudden force gripped her. She couldn't move, as though an invisible hand held her in place. She watched in horror as Monty's laughter grew louder, his eyes now glowing with an eerie, malevolent light. The lightning danced around him, forming a sinister circle of fire and shadows. Emily felt a surge of terror, convinced that she was witnessing a convergence of the supernatural. She closed her eyes and whispered a desperate plea for safety. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the storm subsided. Emily opened her eyes to find herself standing in the now deserted square. Monty, the source of the madness, had vanished into the smoke and shadows. As she looked trembling steps away from the scene, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that she had glimpsed a realm beyond the ordinary, a place where the line between reality and the supernatural had blurred. The memory of that unhinged spectacle haunted her, a reminder that sometimes, in the most unexpected moments, the world could reveal its darkest, most enigmatic mysteries.